Monday. Welcome everyone. Oops, I guess I should do something with this instead of put it down again. Okay, let's see how long the iPad will work today. Say hello when you come in. All right. So I'm gonna, hi Pat, welcome. I'm gonna tell you now, I've had a crazy Monday, crazy. I'm so happy to be home and in my marbling room. Now, hi Tracy. Now I'm hoping that it works. My marbling works tonight. With the day that I've had, it wouldn't surprise me if it did not work. So, I thank you for being here. If you don't know, my name is Linda Anderson. I am a water marbling artist and I own Aqueous Silk LLC and Syringa Bling and Syringa Pours. Thank you so much, Tracy. I truly appreciate that. So we're going to continue on. Let me grab real quick. I wanted to show you how nicely these squares marbled. So that's gray and the bright orange and yellow. They all look so just fantastic. So we're going to continue on this marbling session because I need to get enough to make a quilt. And this is totally out of my comfort zone, using yellow, orange, yellow primarily. And then I have that soft gray in there. Hi Diana, welcome. So, did I remember to mix any paint this weekend? No, I didn't. I've been working on another project. I have a custom order for a college graduation for a bling tumbler. And so I got that started on Friday. And then we went to the college tournament and watched some of that. And these are the last two. I mean, they look good. I think they look good. I can't wait to go to the quilt store and find some coordinating fabrics to go with. So I haven't decided how I want to do it. But again, we don't know if the baby is going to be boy or girl, and won't until it's born. So I don't know if I'll get all these ready and then just hold so I can kind of, put the quilt in that direction or not. And I won't have a name until the baby's born. So I do have, my daughter's friend is pregnant and she will be having a baby boy in July. I want to say just early July. So that's another project we're going to be working on. I definitely want to do, oh gosh, my head today is just out of here. What do I call them? Beanbox. I want to do a beanbox for the little guy and for parents, and then I want to make something for him as well. Well, there's both. So we'll be marbling some baby shoes. We're going to be doing a onesie and the receiving blanket. And I think I'm going to try something new with the receiving blanket. We're going to go ahead and marble the fabric, but I think I'm going to put a flannel on the back of it. And then the mugs, I want to do the whole thing for them, and then also do a quilt probably. This is my daughter's friend that she's known since she was in college, so a really good friend of hers. So oh look, my iPad is frozen already. Oh, that's adorable. Just adorable. I just can't stand the suspense because I want to make everything geared towards what the baby is. And so not knowing drives me a little cuckoo. So let me turn you down. If I can figure out where the knob is. If I can reach the knob. Okay, there we go. All right. So I will see if the comments will still show. Hi, Shelly. How's your mom? I forgot to ask you last week. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. But so I can still see comments, but I can't see what I'm showing you. So we have a brand new trash bag here. Hello, Atlanta. Welcome, welcome. Okay, there it is. My water is starting to smell bad. Oh, and I almost forgot. This has not been washed yet. But this is how it turned out. Not perfect, but not terrible either. And I just sprayed the back of it. Interesting. Some of those letters are wanting, I just noticed, wanting to raise. But I sprayed the back of it white, and then I sealed it. So we'll see. I see these letters are starting to lift up. And that's probably from when I washed it the 3 times. So this one didn't marble as well as some of my others did. But it's not terrible. Once I get it washed up, I'll probably still use this plate. But I just wanted to show that to you. So, okay. So, 2 weeks ago, when I marbled the fabric squares that I was unhappy with, see the stripe right here down, and there's one here, the fabric or the paint ran, and there's one right here. Just not happy with the way these turned out. So I took the fabric squares, and obviously I can't wash them in the washer to take off any size that would have been put on them at the manufacturer. So I put them in a bowl, and I put a little bit of the stuff that's supposed to wash that out, rinsed it all around, swished it, let it set overnight. I let it set for definitely 24 hours. And then I rinsed several times until that stuff has a smell to it. I have a super, super sensitive nose. So I kept rinsing until I couldn't smell that anymore. So we're going to try, I did more than 4 squares, but I brought 4 squares in with me tonight, and they are, I'll show you the difference in color. So this is one that came pre-cut, and this is one I cut. White, just slightly off-white. So we are going to give it a try. I keep wondering if these are damp. We'll know in a minute. This could be a really quick live. They've been sitting in the bathroom for over 24 hours. So you would think they would be dry. Okay, so let's give it a go. I'm going to start with the bright green. So I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Ours wasn't too bad. Going to the game was fun. U of I lost. So that was kind of a bummer. And then I worked on that tumbler quite a bit. We worked on a puzzle for a little while. Bubble. Our weather was cool. It wasn't cold, but it was cool, and it was very windy. So it wasn't really an outside kind of a weekend. Let's see, orange and fluorescent orange. Oh, this one says it doesn't want to play. You know, there has to be one that doesn't like to, well, it's not doing too bad. So the orange probably wants to go in first. At least that orange. Let's try the other one. Now this one does just fine. Isn't that funny? Just different chemistry. And this morning I came home on Friday, and I didn't drive my truck until today. And somehow between Friday and this morning, when I was getting ready for work, I lost my keys. Luckily, I do have a spare set of, you know, for the truck, but I didn't have the office key. I didn't have anything like that. So I had to, I'm always I'd get there early because I like to, you know, today I had to do the coffee and unload the dishwasher and all that kind of thing. And let's see, let's put in just a smidge of white. And I couldn't get in to do it before everybody got there. Nope. White says it doesn't want to play. Look at that. I dropped them and they're just little. Look at, compared to what the gray did. I do make my own trays. I do mix my own paint. I use Golden. I use, this is the way my day has been. I use Liquitex. I use Amsterdam. But I use Heavy Body. I use fluid paints. So depending, you know, to get it to float, I make that happen. So we're going to start out with my favorite design. I think I was telling this story and now I've totally gotten off track. But I lost my keys. That's what I was talking about. I emptied my purse 3 times, twice this morning, once at lunchtime. And then my husband was looking all over for them here at the house because I figured I had put them somewhere really stupid. I was probably doing something else and set them down. I checked all my pockets and all my jackets. Couldn't find them. I was just totally disgusted. Tonight I said, okay, after we looked around everywhere we could think of, I said, I'm just going to empty my purse again. Literally about the 3rd thing I took out of my purse, my keys were attached to it. Thank you. My keys were in my purse the whole time. So that's the kind of day I have had today. And then after losing an hour yesterday, that just makes me so annoyed. You know, technically I could go to bed an hour earlier, but who would do that when you have fun things to do? And like a 7-year-old, I tell you, I don't want to go to bed yet. I didn't rest well. So it's just been, today has been a challenge all the way around. But I survived it, and now I get to do fun things. I really need to make a better comb. I just don't like the way this is working out. Okay, so now let me take, pardon me. So the first ones we're going to try are the ones that did not take well last time. And I had those drying prior to the ones that are all white. All right, first one in, here we go. But see, now let's compare. See how that is taking a minute to grab the paint? So let me put in one of, this is the one that I cut myself. Now watch this one when I put it down. Look at that. Look at the difference. That one is still not completely saturated with paint, and that one did it right away. Isn't that interesting? And this one has been prepped like they tell you to prep it. But as I've found, not all cottons work the same. There we go, we're getting that. See if we can get this corner in. But isn't that interesting? So I'll let that one finish, and I'll go ahead and grab another one of the off-white ones. All right, so I can get it to go down nicely. How long that takes versus that one. So I'll do another one of the white ones. Just takes it up just so quickly, and compared to this one. Anybody else find that fascinating? They're both 100% cotton. So it's not like this was a different blend or anything. All right, so now let's pull them out. I have my bags right here. So what I'm going to do, I'll pull it off the water, put it in a bucket of water, and put it in a baggie. And these baggies actually have been rinsed out. They've just been used numerous times. Oh, I have my wedding ring on. Oh, well. That marbled so nicely. And just a little rinse to take off any excess paint or size. Put it in a baggie. So now let's compare and do the off-white, first off-white one. So it looks pretty good. We'll see if it wants to run. It doesn't appear like it wants to run. Because I could tell when I did the other ones, they did look like they wanted to run somewhat. Okay. So even though it took a little bit slower, it looks like it's taking well this time. Whoops. I almost skipped the rinse bucket. And now this one. Oh, look how pretty that one is. And this is one of the off-white ones. All right, there's our first batch. And I've got to take this ring off. I cannot stand having water under my ring. It just makes me a little nuts. Ah, much better. I can dry my hand. Thank you, Pat. They are turning out nice. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. These newspaper sheets from the Wall Street Journal nearly are the perfect size. They're just a smidge too small, but they work so nice. Okay. Get these bubbles popped. Whew. I just about grabbed the fabric with my wet, painty hands. That would have been a bad move. So did anyone do something fun this weekend? Hello, Ramona. How are you? So nice to have you here. All right. Still more bubbles. Okay, so let's do yellow first. So will the white drop on the yellow? That will be our question. Now let's do some white right now so we find out. No, it does not like dropping on the yellow. I'm going to go ahead and put just a few drops in here. It's probably just sinking straight to the bottom. This is just the most fascinating and frustrating art form that I've ever tried. You just never know what you're going to get from day to day. Let's do some gray. Come on, guys. What are you doing? And now let's see if any will drip out. bubbles. We have bubbles. All right. Now the green. Look how that pushes. That just shoves everything out of the way. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this one. I don't know that I have these and the others, but it'll be okay. And that's fluorescent chartreuse. All right. So let's just freestyle this one. So I've got these big blocks of yellow that obviously I have to work something through. We'll get this moved around and then I'll see if I think we need more of maybe the chartreuse. I kind of like that in here. Okay, let's drop just a few more drops. There's a big piece of gray right there, and there's a bubble. Okay, let's drop a few more of these. No, that's not the what I'm seeing. I must be seeing is this the yellow I used? I haven't used yellow yet. Oh, yeah, the yellow I didn't use. Oh, I started with the yellow. Hello, Linda. Hello. See, it's been a Monday, guys. It's been a Monday. All right, now we'll move it around again. I'm going to let them, they have expanded. I'm going to let the other colors push back on them some. I don't know why the gray doesn't want to drop now. Look at that, it just will not come out of there. I tell you, my Monday is continuing. It is continuing. What I truly love about this, all the, they'll use the same colors in all of the pieces, but they'll all be, starting with a different color, or the placement is just different, the design is different. So they'll all coordinate, but it'll be different. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going to take the last two of the off-white. Get all the little fuzzies off of them before I put them on the water. And I'm going to put these in first because they take a minute. I would just love to know what is in these cotton squares that is different from these. Look how instantaneous that is versus the others. Isn't that funny? Just making sure the cloth is making contact in the places where it still shows dry. If I were to pull these off when there's still spots on it, there would be no paint there. All right, there we go. Oh, there's still one little spot right there. Okay. And these, you can see where my fingers are behind it. That's what those little blops are. It's just where my hand is touching the back of the fabric. You know, I was going to prep some other things to do tonight, and then I got busy working on that tumbler, and I didn't step away from the table in time. Again, they just go into the bucket of plain water. And it's not filtered water or anything that I'm rinsing them in. Just water right out of our tap. And we have well water. So you can really see the chartreuse in here when I pull it off the water. Okay, let me turn this over one more. I think the gray just really gives it a little bit of calm. Just think how fun it would be though if there were fluorescent pink in there. But I just didn't want to use that this time. I mean, I did, but we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, and I want this to be different from the one I did for the older sister, or I'm working on. That's the quilt where I broke my leg. Every time I work on it, I injure myself. I sliced my finger, broke my leg, cut a couple pieces wrong. So I'm just kind of hesitant. Motivation level is low for that quilt. And I do want to get it finished because I think it's going to be adorable. And there's no reason I can't finish it. I have all the fabric. I have all the details. I just haven't yet. I really want to do some paper too. It's about time for me to start making cards. I need to make some more Idaho cards. And I'm going to do some initial cards. They're just blank note cards. So if anyone is interested in a blank note card, let me know. Let me know what initial you'd like, or what state, or whatever you can think of that you'd like on there. There we go. Okay, let's do it again. What have we not started with? Have we started with green? I don't know. I guess let's start with gray. Even though the gray is giving me fits. When your water starts going bad, you can smell it. And when you have a sensitive nose like I do, you really smell it. I wonder if I have I don't think I have a clean dropper in here. I don't want to open the door because there we go. Seems like every time I open the door, I get in trouble because of it is apparently picking up the television. And it says I'm playing music or something, even though I'm not. Okay, let's see what this does on here. Okay, that's just the regular, that's a cadmium orange. If I screwed that up and didn't say it right, sorry. I can't read my own handwriting. That's not what I wanted. I want this one first. I see some of these colors will float right out of the bottle. Some of them need quite a bit of coaxing to get them to float. You just never know. Okay, I've done the green, no, I have not done green. Look how just pushy that is. Everything else just goes away. And some of the yellow. Again, with the pushiness. Give it a chance to get pushed back. So bubble. All right. So I think I want to comb this one again. Whoops, I guess I better do it right. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit thicker diameter tool. I'm going to just go a little bit slow. don't want to drag the tool on the bottom of the tray. It gives you a much smoother motion if you keep it up above. And the only ones I have left now are the white ones that are going to take the paint very quickly. But now I know I can go ahead and prep the rest of the off-white ones. See if I can do a different design without knocking everything on the table over. There went something. I have a different tool out in the garage. I was going to bring it in, and the rows are set apart a little bit more. I should go get it and give it a try on the next batch, because it gives it a whole different look. This looks really kind of messy. The other one gives you nice little curls, because these are set really close together. And if they're set a little bit farther apart, that makes a nicer design, in my opinion. Probably did not need to move it at all the way it was, but let's go with it, since that's what I did. We don't want to waste it. And I can tell, if you can see how this is breaking apart a little bit right here, that means that the water is a little bit tired. And like I said, I smell it. It's ready to change. And that's what that's telling me. Hey, look how quickly that went compared to the others. All right. Let's get these out of here. I haven't seen that at all tonight yet. But it's fine when I rinse it. Just excess, I think, is all it was coming off the tank. I really like adding that really bright yellow. And I want you to take note of what I just said. I like adding that bright yellow. I am not a yellow fan at all. I don't mind a nice buttery yellow, but usually bright yellows I don't care for. Okay. I kind of like that swirl right there in the center with all that gray around it. Now my idea is to do a zigzag quilt with these. So they will be cut in half. The squares will be cut in half. last one out of here. I am just so cadmium, whatever, orange. It has such a brown tint to it. Up next to that fluorescent. It almost looks like a burnt orange next to the fluorescent. And it's definitely not. All right. Dry my hands. And you know, we might do an experiment. Uh-oh. Just see me drop that down onto the water before I was ready. Got bubbles all over under here. So this will probably be the last time I use this water. I'll have to mix new water this weekend. We are gonna go to the movies. We don't go to the movies very often, but it seems like recently we've been like 3 times. Odd for us. But we wanted to go see Cabrini last weekend, and we just couldn't find time to get there with everything else we had going on, unless we went at 10 o'clock in the morning and then drove home, and we live probably 35 minutes from the theater. And so go see the movie, come home, and then go back to Boise. And we just didn't want to do that. So we'll do it this weekend. I can't wait. I think it should be good. I've only heard wonderful things. All right, we'll put the white down first. I haven't done that yet. You know, it doesn't really matter if it's all solid or not because the fabric is white, and I don't mind if some of the white from the fabric shows through. I think let's do this one, and then we'll do the gray. See if we can get the gray to work. And if you guys have something you want me to marble, please let me know. It's hard for me to come up with new and exciting ideas every week. I am going to be marbling some long scarves here soon. Have to do that in the garage, and I can't get the gray to come out, so I guess that's as much gray as we're going to have. Now the yellow. And did I do the green already? No. I want to put pink in it so bad. But we've got a thing going. I've got to remain on my plan. Ooh, so everything coordinates. Okay. Let me run and get the other tool. So hold please, I'll be right back. Okay, maybe I'm lying. Maybe these aren't set much differently. This one's one of the first ones I ever made. It's all broken and it's missing teeth, but it makes the best design. And before I start, I better do it right. Okay. Oops, let's go this way. I think I'll have more room for moving. So just a nice back and forth motion. Oh, my head's not getting in the way. I can't tell. I froze on my iPad a long time ago. All right, there we go. Now, I think I'm out of practice, guys. All the little knobs where the other ones are broken, they keep getting caught on the edge. I'm not going to swirl through this one. I'm going to just leave it. And I'm just taking the minute to wipe down these are wooden, just wooden skewers. And it's inconsistent because I'm missing so many teeth, which is why I made the other one. And I thought maybe that very, very fine teeth would give me nice, fine design, but I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. Look how fast that takes it. Uncurl this edge. I want this edge was all curled down and I want to make sure it goes flat on the surface. So I think I'll hold that edge. Ta-da! All right. Let me grab. I have a little bin I'm putting these in after they're rinsed, so I'm just switching everything around so I can get it right into the bag. Ooh, this is a pretty piece. It's getting to be show season, and I'm getting anxious and so I'm getting nervous about it, and I'm getting excited about it. Trying to think of new ways to display everything. I do want to take my small tank and give people the experience of marbling. I usually take this tank I'm using now and then the hat tank, but I think this year it'll only be the hat tank. Oops, let me get another bag open. But I'm ready to do shows again. That's a pretty piece. Okay, let me get one more. And then we're going to do an experiment. Okay. My hand is wet and the plastic is sticking to it. Okay, last one of these to come out this week. All right. Let me dry my hands. We'll clean this off, and then we'll do one more thing real quick. Sounds like there's a big old helicopter going over right now. I saw 3 gigantic helicopters the other day. Military helicopters, they were huge. We used to live down near 29 Palms, California, and you know, they have that's a big training area down there, and they used to have some helicopters that would come over our house. Now, the house we were renting was not that fantastic, and the windows would just rattle. That house would just rattle when those big helicopters just whoop, whoop, whoop by. It was amazing. Felt pretty safe there. We lived there when 9/11 happened. I'd never seen a rapid response unit. My husband and my brother are both military, former military, and they knew what it was, but I'd never seen it. I'd never heard of it. I just about fainted when we were at the store. Scared me to death. All right, so I want to do an experiment. Again, this water is getting emptied after this live tonight. So I'm going to take one of these. It's not prepped. It's just rinsed and pulled off the rack just like that. And we are going to let's add some gray and some pink in here and some white and see what we get. See if it'll take it. It might not. And I'll do this, I'll position it so if it kind of looks like it's going to do a good job, I'll add more. And what I'm doing now, if it was prepped and all of that, It's called over marbling. I have over marbled some scarves. I have a men's tie that's over marbled. It just changes it. It gives it so much more depth. It's just amazing. Oh, and I keep picking this gray that doesn't want to behave. I'm just thinking here. Let's do a little bit more of this lovely pink that I've just been itching to use. Okay, so the first piece is just lined. It's just a whale's tail. And so this, I'm going to do a freestyle right over the top of it. Again, this has not been prepped. It just literally was sitting over behind me, and I thought, I wonder what would happen if. That's a story that happens all the time in my brain. So it may take it, it may not. But we're going to put it down and see. Now again, these are the off-white pieces. I think I'll do another one just in case. And this has already been marbled on this side, so that literally this is just an experiment. Usually you always want to marble fabric. Some fabrics will take it without prep work. Now I can notice that whatever they put on these little fabric squares, these are taking the paint much, much slower even than the ones that I just used the stuff that's supposed to take the size off. But again, I'm trying to make sure the whole piece is wet. I want it to soak in there. Technically, it's supposed to take it as soon as it touches the water. But this has not been treated. So I am going to give it a little minute. This could look really, really cool if it works. So we're almost there. Wish I had something to put over here, but I don't. I know, Shelley, I do too. And I think the pink and the teal will look pretty together. But see how you can see both designs here? Theoretically, when I lift it, it's going to look awesome on the other side too. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. Are we ready for the results? All right, let's see how we did. So there is over marbling. It actually looks really good. We'll see what happens now when I put it in the rinse water. But it does look really nice. And I didn't get out any bags. I love the dimension and the depth that an over marbling gives a piece. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let me get another bag. It really did, didn't it? And it didn't look that pretty when it started, because that's the one that kind of bled from last week? No, week before last. I just love the dimension that you get when you over marble. And you can over marble paper, anything that you can marble, you can over marble. Except perhaps glass. I don't know if you can over marble glass, because when it gets wet, it's going to want to take the paint off. All right. That experiment may have worked out. You know, that's my brain for you. I wonder what happens if. And I would put the other two down here, but I would have had to put them down when the fabric was still in there, because this paint over here is now not as intense because it's moved over here to try to fill in. So we'll see how these turn out. And then I can always do the other two pieces next week if it works well and looks good. Because, you know, there were spots on there that did not look good from last week. Or the week before. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, my nose is going to start going. My allergies are really bad right now. It's just warm enough for things to start blooming out and for my nose to start going, ooh. Oh, those are so pretty. Oh my gosh. I want to over marble everything right now. All right. There we go. A clean tank, and I will empty this water back into the bottles and probably dump it out this weekend, so I don't have to go outside in the dark. So hang on, if I can reach. So there we go, almost. All right, there. Stand on tiptoes and stretch my little T-Rex arms. So I will post a photo, like I usually do, showing you. It's going to be a lot harder because I have a lot more pieces today. But I'll definitely try to get up close and personal with the over marbled pieces once they are drying, and then once they're dry. I haven't pressed any of them yet, and that's what sets the paint in. And so I will do that, and you'll see it all. So take care, everyone. I so appreciate you being here with me. Oh, thank you, Ramona. I agree. They did turn out really pretty. I'm hoping when they're dry, they're going to look as amazing as they do today, right? Wet. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Do something fun. And remember, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just might make their day. So take care, everyone. See you next Monday, unless I decide to pop on before. Thank you again for being here. Love you all. Bye-bye.